you can see different faces from all over the world, hoping for a better tomorrow and believing in the opportunities to lead the world and be better people. In this episode, Dr. Beyond Shervey, Chancellor of American University of Sharjah, will lead us on a journey beyond the borders and across culture to experience a unique learning environment. Now let's get ready to discover the power within American University of Sharjah. First of all, what makes AUS a leading university in the UAE, and what can be attributed to its success?
Well, number one that I have to acknowledge is the vision of the founder of the university, His Highness Sheikh Dr. Sultan bin Mohammed Al Qasimi. He's a ruler of Sharjah, is a member of the Supreme Council, and is a president of the university. The university created with his vision. And then, of course, there were academicians who participated in creating the university, outlining the academic programs, and getting the accreditations for them in the country and in the United States. And I think that what makes the university most special is the high quality of education.
And what are AUS's future goals and plans?
There are lots of them. Now, let me go back in history a slight bit.
Yes.
When we started, we were supposed to become a university which was really a liberal arts university. And we are that, so all students take liberal arts courses. But on top of that, we got engineering and architecture and business and more professional programs as well. That was 19 years ago. Now we have just got the mandate, we will also become a research university. Now all professors do research, but we now have new funding and we will aim to become the #1 in the Arab world within 5 years.
And we know that you have a diverse range of undergraduate and master degree programs. So could you briefly walk us through your programs and what make your programs stand out?
Yeah, well, the statistics are we have 26 undergraduate majors, we have 14 master's degrees, and we have 2 PhD programs. And we are adding from time to time programs in all the areas. Because we will do much more research in the future, we are planning for an additional 4 PhD programs in science and engineering to start within the next year to year and a half. Now, again, quality is the most important in all of this. High quality students, high quality professors, and very well planned programs.
Could you tell us more about the most popular programs in the AUS?
Well, the most popular program is no doubt engineering in general. And engineering is popular because parents of young men and women, they like for their sons and daughters to get employment. And they see having a degree in engineering, they think is a sure way of getting employment. And it is a very good way of getting employment. And 47% of our students are engineering majors. But of course, they take background courses in the liberal arts. They take math and physics, they take chemistry, they take history and language, they take mass communication, etc., etc. But engineering overall is the most popular program, and it can be electrical, it can be mechanical, it can be chemical, and it can be other aspects of engineering. But of course, we don't only have engineering. We have also architecture, for example, is probably the most difficult program we have to get into because it's extremely competitive. And it's also extremely good. It is considered the best architecture program in this part of the world. And when there are architectural competition in the country, which it is every year, our students typically win 80% or more of all the prizes that are being offered.
And do you have any more new programs you want to introduce to us?
All the time, all the time. The most recent programs that we have already got accredited in the country is an undergraduate program in psychology. There's a huge interest in psychology, and now we are only in the first year in psychology. The next program we're coming on is physics. We have an excellent physics staff, but we haven't had a program because engineers, as you can understand, they must take lots of physics courses, but there are few students so far that have been interested in studying physics by itself. So we're having high expectations of the physics program. The other program that we have recently got introduced is a biomedical engineering program. That's a master's degree. So we as a university are all the time looking at where we should go, where is the need for us to develop new courses. Let me give you a couple of examples here. An example that I'm very happy about. We have a special course in the business school that focuses on trading and investment. And we have just recently installed a $2 million trading room in the business school. It uses the Bloomberg facilities, and we have 24 terminals. We can use those 24 terminals for teaching programs, or we can do trading in the open market, whichever you want. So that's very exciting. And I can tell you, we have many, many more degree programs like that on campus. Let me just make another statement here. Of course, all our degree programs, they have to be accredited by the government through the Ministry of Education and through the Ministry of Higher Education. And we have a specialized agency called the CAA in country, which every 5 years evaluates, reviews, and re-accredits a program to be allowed to be offered. But we thought from the beginning that we wanted more than the local UAE accreditation. So we went to the United States. So as a university, we are accredited as by the Middle States Commission on Higher Education, which is a US accrediting body for the university. In engineering, all our undergraduate degree programs are accredited by ABET, which is a US accreditation agency for engineering. AACSB accredits our business program, and NAAB accredits our architecture program. So we make sure that we have absolute fantastic quality in our programs so that the student can benefit from that as they are educated, and also then when they get out on the market, they have studied at a school which is considered absolutely excellent by all parties.
You have put great emphasis in developing and sustaining long-term research and driving the development of the newly established Research, Technology and Innovative Park. So could you share us the significance of this project?
Yeah, sure. The universities, they are really taking theoretical knowledge, and scientists publish papers. But the next step beyond there is to take research findings and making them commercial entities through innovation, through entrepreneurship, and bringing these ideas to the market. About a year and a half ago, we created what we call the American University of Sharjah Enterprises, LLC, which is a limited liability corporation, to be able to commercialize on ideas that come from the university. Now, we are already been planning for this for 2.5 years and so on, and we are now beginning to build. I think we are expecting it to be about a $600 million investment when the park is completely developed. It will probably take 5 to 10 years to get there. But this will be an opportunity for research ideas coming out of the university to be brought to commercial products and then to the market for profit. At the same time that we hope that there will be a really good synergy between the research park and the university to enhance further the research for PhD students and faculty to have commercial projects on the Research Technology Innovation Park land.
There is a gap between industries and academics. So how does EUS contribute to closing the gap?
Correct, there probably is a gap, but we are always trying to get our students to be well developed in terms of speaking the language, being able to unafraid going out and arguing and discussing and so on. And we have a very active career office so that we bring the students to the market, so to speak. Once every year in February or March, more than 70 international and some large local companies, they come to campus for a career fair. And every year we have more than 900 students who graduate from the university, and about 600 to 700 of them during the career fair get offered internships or employment by these international and local companies. So we do our fair share of hard work to make sure that the talented students who we graduate, they are seen by employers and we help them find employment or internships.
Yeah, I think career development is a very important factor when students consider in choosing a university. So how does AUS prepare students for their future careers?
Well, I would say, and be sensational here, there are two parts that are important in education: language and mathematics. Everything else is a derivative of the two. So in terms of language, well, the local students, of course, needs to speak Arabic well, but the international students at the American University of Sharjah is conducting all the educational in English. So speaking, interacting, debating, arguing, all in English. Excellent communication is a really important part. We train our students so they're well educated in that. And the other thing is mathematics is logic, logical thinking. Mathematics is a foundation for physics, is a foundation for engineering and so on. So we hope our students are very good in mathematics. Now, this is just, of course, the beginning. We have to do many, many more things. But I think that we in our education of the undergraduate students in particular, we train them to be self-confident, ability to speak publicly and argue their cases. And since we are a co-educational institution, men and women study together, which is very unusual still in this country, our graduates are very well prepared to attack, to get a job anywhere, to do just about anything. And if I speak to the CEOs of companies, which I do all the time, they always say that AUS students are by far the best students in the GCC countries. And I believe that myself.
As you mentioned before, the pronunciation and the mathematical skills are very important for the future career developments. Could you explain more about this?
Well, this bridge program that I talk about take in mostly Emirati students are studying there because they are smart students and they speak Arabic well, but they don't necessarily speak English well. So they are being drilled. Now, Chinese students coming in also have the opportunity to be drilled, not just in writing and looking at words and so on, but in speaking with a teacher, a native American English speaker, so that you can hone your skills and do perfect pronunciations and articulation and so on, and be helped to become better in that way. And I work with I've had many graduate students who are Chinese in my career, and this is an important part. It's not only important to solve a differential equation or to program well or even to write English, but to be able to say things verbally well. And that's what we're helping students to do. Now, when a student has gone from the bridge program into the regular education, they still have to do a full year of English writing as part of the degree program. So we take it very, very seriously that we lead the students on a good education so they can both speak, understand, and write and read English.
Yeah, communication is also very important.
Absolutely. Now, true. Now, we also have a communications major, mass communications major, and we have more than 200 students there. And we have a fantastic facility, a TV studio, similar to what CNN uses every day. And the students can train and hone their skills in television there, for example. So whatever we do, we try to do the best.
大家好，我叫杨佳，来自哈尔滨，是一名在沙加美国大学在读的大三学生。我的专业是会计，然后辅修经济。因为最开始的话，是因为我有家里人在中东，然后呢就想说来这边可以继续深造上学。然后在迪拜、阿联酋就是搜索了一下，然后就是听大家说也有自己调查或者上网做调查，然后就知道沙加美国大学是在当地非常优秀的一所大学，所以就选择来这里就读。然后至于就选择会计专业呢，是因为在这里 学了大概大一、大二2年之后，我发现学了很多，比如说商科的一些课程之后，觉得会计是最适合自己的，所以就选择了来学会计。因为我本人就是中国社团的社长，然后呢，就是我们有组织很多的社团活动，然后还有我们经常会定期举行，比如说教大家一些中国功夫啊，或者给大家看一些中国的成龙的电影啊，功夫电影。或者这些类似于有关中国文化的东西，就是这些当地的阿拉伯人都非常有兴趣的。在沙加美国大学呢，就是不仅我们可以学习，同时有很多课外活动。就比如说我们商学院就会定期有一些大型公司来我们学校进行一些演讲，让我们很有效的来知道未来生活或工作中的一些情况。就比如说经常会有像 DHL 啊、FedEx 啊这些大型公司，或者是说 HSBC 啊银行啊这些渣打银行，或者还有4大会计公司都有来我们学校进行演讲，告诉我们未来他们需要一个什么样子的学生来参与到加入他们公司，然后让我们就是很好的可以准备对未来工作的规划。然后同时呢，去年的时候我有跟我其他的2个小伙伴有参加过学校举办的，比如说一个活动叫做成为一个企业家的活动，就是要告诉他们我们的一些创业想法，然后让他们来评估看我们的创业想法实不实际，可不可以真正的应用到就是现实生活中。然后虽然我没有得奖，但是我也觉得就是一个非常好的一个经历。我毕业打算的话是继续想在我们学校读研究生，因为我们学校的研究生呢是可以本硕连读5年完成的。然后未来的话再继续留在迪拜发展。在沙加美国大学呢，不仅可以学习，同时还有很多丰富的课余活动。我也非常喜欢这里，也非常可以欢迎更多的中国学生可以加入到我们中来。
You know that many Chinese students, they choose the UK or the US as a place to study. So why they should choose the UAE and especially American University of Sharjah as a place to study?
Well, I can see reasons from the public side of China as well as from the private side of China. So let me start with the private maybe. So a family sponsoring their sons and daughters to study. Well, they can study very well in China. They can maybe study in the United States, and it costs a lot of money.
Yes.
You can get the same education in this country as you can in the United States for a half to a third of the price with the same quality. That's an argument.
That's a very good reason.
It's a very good reason. So that's one. And we can also, you're only 7 or 8 hours away from your family by flight from here. But let's look at the more public reason for this one. China has a lot of business around the world. Of course, a huge business with the United States and in Africa.
Yeah.
UAE is a hub. It's a natural connection point between Africa and China, for example. And there are 450 million inhabitants in the Arab world, which is Arab speaking. There's a lot of business, there's a lot of trade, there's a lot of negotiations going on. Chinese need to learn Arabic, or some need to. It's a fantastic opportunity to come and study here, for the government to send students to the UAE to learn Arabic, to learn the Arabic culture, and then specialize in business or in engineering on top of that. You can't do that as well anywhere else in the world as in an Arabic country. So from a public point of view, there would be very good reasons to study here as well.
And could you explain more about the admission requirements for Chinese students?
Oh, I've worked with so many Chinese students and they're all smart. And we want smart students, okay? So they need to be gifted in terms of their ability to become academicians, to become trained and educated, number one. Obviously, they need to speak English because we do all the teaching in English, and we use the standard measures of English. We look at the test of English as a foreign language, the TOEFL, and many Chinese know that very, very well. But TOEFL trains you mostly to understand the written word.
Yeah.
What you get here is a spoken word. So if a Chinese student comes here and they are very smart and get into the university, they may still need some months of training in English. So we have a very special program. We call it the Bridge program. And it could be for a semester, it could be for a year. And it's very intense training in English. how you say things, and it's focused on the verbal English. It could be more than English. It could be also mathematics. It could also be how you use library and how you use other resources through the bridge program. And I know that we have 8 students currently from China who are in that bridge program. So it's kind of a stepping stone.
我叫王婉莹，中国在祖籍的话是山东济南，然后在这里已经生活了10年了，应该是07年过来，也就刚刚上初一的时候过来的。然后现在的专业是会计，因为我学商的嘛，而且现在已经大4了，几乎有90%的时间是在这栋楼里面度过的，所以还是就比较有经历的地方，或者有很多记忆的地方。这所学院它下面新建了一所股票交易所，这个算是我比较喜欢去的一个地方，因为它可以教你很多实践性的东西，就是说不只是理论而已。它里面有专门的老师去，刚开始的时候是有专门老师指导你去怎么去做。目前的打算是想去找工作先积累经验之后，然后再去回来读研究生。然后这样的话，因为会计最终还是要去考证的，然后就是说它需要150个学分，那我就要把它修完再去。我已经在这里10年了，在这里的就是说已经几乎超过我在国内的时间，然后对这里比较熟悉，然后跟人的相处方式也比较熟悉，所以就是说还是在这个地方就是说找工作。在这所大学的经历就是说简单而又忙碌，然而又充实，就这大概有我所有的大学生活。然后马上就毕业了，应该还会蛮想念这个地方的。
And what are the most popular programs among Chinese students?
Well, we have only 27 students, so we would love to have more Chinese students coming here. Yeah, sure. And last year, in fact, we participated with a team from the university to go to China, to go to 4 different recruitment markets for high school students, and I visited Peking University to start a relationship. Now, the few students that we have here, the business administration is the #1 topic. I think more than half of the students are in business administration, and the other one are some in engineering and some in different other areas. Clearly, there are many opportunities, and I would say that architecture would be one very interesting thing. We have an excellent architecture program. All our engineering programs are outstanding. Business administration and economics are ranked #1 in the Arab world by the US News and World Report this year. Very excellent. And we have other exciting programs as well, so there are many different options here.
And does AUS provide scholarships for Chinese students?
Well, that's where we provide lots and lots of scholarships. In fact, we take about 18 to 20% of our budget that we give back to the students. And we do it for 2 reasons. We do it to provide needy students who can't afford resources, and we give merit scholarships. They are blind in the sense we don't give them to a certain group of people. Anybody can compete for those scholarships. Now, it's very difficult for somebody who is an international student to get a need-based scholarship, but it's very easy to get a merit-based scholarship. So we don't have a special program for Chinese students, but they are eligible in our merit-based competition.
You know that studying and learning in a different culture might be challenging because of the language and cultural differences. And you just mentioned the language project. And do you have more to help students adapt to living here?
I think so. We have, as I understand it, about 300,000 Chinese people who live in the UAE.
Yeah.
Lots of them. And when I go out, every block, every shopping mall has at least one Chinese restaurant. Yeah. And so there already is a huge Chinese influence in Sharjah, in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi, and the other Emirates. So I think, looking at it, the Chinese students are adapting very, very well to living in this country. The other thing is that we are a residential campus, so about half of our students, they live on campus. So they have their bed, their room, their study, they eat here and so on. So of course some students don't like that, they like to live outside on campus, but for those who come, it's a possibility to live on campus. So there, we try to address the needs of different groups of students. So what I see, Chinese students adapt very well indeed.
Okay, thank you very much. I really wish that more and more Chinese students will come to AUS and have a good studying experience.
Well, thank you very much for being here, and I agree with your wishes. I do hope to see more Chinese students here in the future, and I will work actively with the program that we are now starting, the talks we are starting with Peking University to do a university-to-university relationship, as well as trying to address some of the high schools in China to be able to get the undergraduates.